Something huge is brewing in the AFC East, and it's about to shake the entire division. The kind of move that could slam the door on a rival's playoff hopes for years and open a straight path for Buffalo to charge toward another Super Bowl run. This isn't just talk. The ripple effects could change the balance of power across the AFC. Before listening to the latest news, subscribe to the channel, like it, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Let's move on to the new news. Right now, the Bills are standing at the center of what insiders are calling a potential seismic shift in the division. And if this plays out the way we expect, Buffalo could find itself holding a clear advantage, one that might define the 2025 season. The Buffalo Bills have lived on the edge of greatness for years, knocking on the Super Bowl door, only to see it slam shut in the most painful moments. They've battled through playoff heartbreaks, roster challenges, and high expectations, yet their hunger for that ultimate prize has never faded. Now, whispers around the league suggest they're preparing to make a move so bold it could flip the AFC East upside down. One name keeps surfacing, a name that could instantly tilt the scales: Micah Parsons. The Dallas Cowboys linebacker isn't just good, he's a one-man wrecking crew. Explosive off the snap, relentless in pursuit, and capable of taking over a game all by himself. Picture him in a Bills uniform, terrorizing quarterbacks, anchoring a defense that already ranks among the NFL's most dangerous. The thought alone could make the rest of the division lose sleep. Micah Parsons isn't just another linebacker, he's the kind of player who changes the way an offense plans its entire week. He can explode off the edge with terrifying speed, drop into coverage like a safety, and disrupt every snap he's involved in. The Bills have already built a dangerous defensive front with stars like Joey Bosa and Greg Rousseau, but Parsons would be the ultimate finishing piece, the spark that could push this defense from elite to downright unstoppable. When playoff football turns into a game of inches, Buffalo has too often been one play short, that missed sack, that drive they couldn't stop. Parsons could be the answer to those moments. His knack for wrecking an opponent's rhythm, for forcing quarterbacks into mistakes, could be exactly what seals the deal in January. But here's the catch: wanting Parsons and getting Parsons are two very different things. Buffalo's salary cap is already stretched thin, and pulling off a blockbuster trade for a superstar like him would require some serious financial maneuvering. It's the kind of high-stakes puzzle that forces a front office to decide just how much they're willing to risk for a chance to finally hoist the Lombardi Trophy. So here's the big question: do the Bills mortgage future draft picks, something they've already been forced to do in recent years thanks to late-round selections with lower trade value? Or can Brandon Beane pull off something more creative to make this work? Because the reality is crystal clear. Buffalo is in full win-now mode. This team has been on the doorstep too many times to play it safe. Josh Allen already leads one of the league's most explosive offenses, an attack that can put up points on anyone. But if the defense can rise to the same level, if it can match that firepower with an equally intimidating wall of resistance, the Bills could finally break through the glass ceiling that has haunted this franchise for decades. Bringing in Micah Parsons wouldn't just be another roster move. It would be a declaration, a loud, unmistakable signal to the rest of the NFL. Buffalo is all in. They're ready to gamble big, push every chip to the center of the table, and chase the one thing that's eluded them since the team's inception: the Lombardi Trophy. Here's the twist. Word around the league is that Micah Parsons might actually be open to suiting up in Buffalo. He's chasing a Super Bowl, and few rosters are better positioned to get him there than the Bills. That's the intrigue: a superstar looking for the right stage, and a contender in search of that final spark. If a deal were to happen, the Bills could even consider using the franchise tag next season, buying themselves time to work out a long-term contract. It's a chess match, and right now, all the pieces seem to fit. Parsons' burst off the edge, his ability to blanket receivers in coverage, and his instinct for delivering momentum-shifting plays all align perfectly with what Buffalo's defense needs. Yes, the financial gymnastics would be intense. Yes, Pulling this off would require Brandon Beane to get aggressive and maybe even a little unconventional with the cap. But here's the bottom line. When a player like Parsons is within reach, you don't let the moment pass. If there's a door to make this happen, the Bills owe it to themselves and to their fans to kick it wide open. This is about striking while the iron is hot. The Buffalo Bills are standing at the peak of their Super Bowl window, and every missed opportunity from here could turn into years of what-ifs. Josh Allen is in his prime. The offense is loaded. The defense has talent. But adding a player like Micah Parsons could be the move that locks every piece into place. The AFC isn't forgiving, with the Chiefs, Bengals, Ravens, and even the rising Jaguars all battling for the same crown. Standing still isn't an option. Buffalo has to stay aggressive, calculated, and fearless in pursuit of the Lombardi. Yes, the cap challenges are real, and yes, this move would be a high-wire act in terms of roster building. But in the NFL, bold moves are often the ones that change everything. The Bills have never been shy about swinging big when the moment calls for it. And right now, this might be the moment, the chance to take an already elite team and make it unstoppable. Buffalo's fans are every bit as hungry as the front office for a championship run. You can feel it in the air, that raw, unshakable passion to finally see the Lombardi Trophy in Western New York. Every offseason brings fresh hope and anticipation, and this one is no different. With Josh Allen leading the charge and a talented offensive core already in place, the Bills are just a few key defensive moves away from truly standing among the NFL's elite. The question is simple: will they swing for the fences and bring in Micah Parsons, or will they find another way to close the gap? Either path will be a test of boldness, creativity, and timing. One thing's for sure, the road to the Super Bowl is never easy, but this team looks more determined than ever to travel it. Now it's over to you, Bills Mafia. What's your move? Would you risk it all for Parsons or build the roster another way? Drop your thoughts below, because the conversation is just getting started. So, Bills Mafia, is Micah Parsons the missing piece? Would you go all in to bring him to Buffalo, believing he could be the final push toward that long-awaited Super Bowl run? Or are the hurdles, cap space, draft picks, and long-term contracts just too steep to climb? Your take matters, so drop your thoughts in the comments and join the debate. One thing is certain, the Buffalo Bills aren't done. This team is gearing up for what could be an unforgettable playoff push, with the ultimate goal of finally bringing the Lombardi Trophy home. The journey is far from over. In fact, it's just getting started. Stay tuned for more breaking updates, in-depth analysis, and every storyline that shapes Buffalo's season. Until next time, keep the passion alive, keep believing, and get ready, because the best chapters of this story might be the ones we're about to write.